Law number 12, use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. How would this gain you power? How would this gain you control? And how can you apply this to our life? Let's look at the law. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. By you giving friendly gestures of generosity, by you giving friendly gestures of honesty, you're able to set it up so that the person that you're targeting or the person that you're talking towards or the person that you're trying to gain power and control from, they believe that you are on their side. You don't have to be on their side, but by you making them believe that you are on their side, they're more likely to open up. That's just human psychology, that's just human nature, that's just how the physical realm works. And by them more opening up to you, you're more intended to be able to gain power, gain control, because you have someone over them in that sense. And this can be used as a negative connotation. I want you all to use it as a positive connotation. I want you all to use this in the positive way of thinking. So that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about giving something to get something. To apply this law, you want to be strategic. You want to know how exactly you're going to get this. Now, I don't want to give any tips, but if I would give any tips, these are the tips I'm going to give. I would say, let's give a hypothetical situation where I'm talking to a colleague at work that I want to put on my task force, okay? Let's say I work in marketing and I want to have a colleague of mine on my team. I'm out for lunch with him and I start talking to him and I let him open up about his dog. And he talks about his dog and we work in a way where I just hear about his dog and then all of a sudden I remember that it's his dog's birthday and I buy his dog a present, you know. And in that sense, I give him generosity, but it's generosity because next week I'm going to be asking him to get on my task force. I'm going to be asking him to come work for me. And in the sense that I also already have his buddy on my side, he's going to come work for me. And that's the way that you would use it in the sense, and that's the way that you have to apply your thinking. If you're interested in more ways on how to really work this or how this law works, I would definitely read 48 Laws of Power, the book, and in there you can see exactly what they've said in the past on how it works. That's just my small example right there. You want to create a false sense of trust. Now, this false sense of trust, to you, it's a false sense of trust, but to them, they believe it to be fully trustful, they believe it to be fully on their side. And see how this can get, in a sense, sort of manipulative, and this can get in a way where we don't want it to go, but it can go that way. So just make sure that you have that false sense of trust, that you do build in that, because that's how this law operates. You want to be unpredictable. You can't let them know your next move, you know? You have those Instagram videos where it's like, don't let them know your next move, but here you actually can't let them know your next move, because if they know your next move, then your selective honesty, your selective generosity does not work in any sense. You have to stay unpredictable. You have to do things out of the ordinary in order to make sure that they think that this is actually a good gesture. You want to be careful not to overdo it. You can't go over too much to make it look like it's actually a false sense of honesty and generosity. You want to make it seem genuine. Now see, this is getting more into manipulative side, so I wouldn't recommend this, but you still need to know this in your task force, because if somebody comes at you and somebody really attacks you based on what they hold it to be and they know these powers, you're able to disarm them in that sense because you're aware of the power, and you want to be generous in small ways. You want to show that you actually care. And in that sense, you're able to use your selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. And that's how you do it, one step at a time. Now, I know I didn't give you the full negative side of it because I want you all to move forward in positive light. I want you all to know this information and to not fully apply it in the negative connotation, but be aware if negative connotation comes to you, because I got your back. On God, I got your back. That's what's up, 2023. Let's level up.